Thursday, December 17th was our last day of school, and this was a picture that I sent Anthony. Scarlett and I had just walked out of school and we were starting our winter break. We were super excited. So I had planned this winter break because we're going to be off of school for 2.5 weeks. I was going to work on all of our videos to be able to upload them, and that way we could show y'all what we had been up to. We had a busy Thanksgiving, and that all changed pretty quickly. Well, it is 1:41, Friday, December 18th. I love my watch. So we're at the ER again, and things look a little bit different because Scarlett had a couple of seizures this evening. Right around 11 o'clock. She had some seizures. She had one seizure. We gave her rescue medication, and
that was weird to do.
That was our first time giving her her seizure rescue medication.
You're gonna get a refill on that now, I guess?
Yeah, we have to get another one.
Well, I would hope we wouldn't have to use this.
Well, there's no more medicine in there.
It's a rectal one.
It was our first time giving it to her.
And I don't feel it did anything.
I couldn't remember if it would, like, how long it would take to work, so we gave it to her, and then we called 911 because her seizure wasn't stopping. So they sent paramedics. Paramedics said that the medication
should have taken effect right away.
Should have stopped it right away.
I have my mask. We're in the room by ourselves. It's also almost 2 in the morning. What does it say when it's 2?
2 friggin' o'clock.
We're a little more lighthearted now. We got some good news from the X-ray and CT. She is constipated again.
So we're waiting on them to do an enema. She did poop once.
I'm just pointing it at me.
Sorry.
So we think when we gave her the medicine,
Sorry.
When we gave her the medicine, it might have made her poop because it stunk in the ambulance, but I thought it was because she vomited. It was a weird color to her vomit, and it stunk. So while I was telling the paramedics that she's never had a seizure when it was involving her shunt, It was her telling us her head hurt and she needed to see a doctor. The only time she's ever had a seizure is when she was constipated. And I sent that to the doctor. The doctor actually changed her demeanor really fast. She was ready to start writing down notes, and as soon as I told her that seizures aren't accompanied with her shunt malfunction, it's normally due to constipation, she went, "Oh, well, tell me more about her." And I was like, okay, she's listening. And so I like this doctor. She's nice.
Yeah, she had pretty good bedside manner when I spoke with her. And she was very, she wanted to know what we did for constipation. And I told her it was
Mexican food.
That's what you do, not Scarlett. So I let her know that her teacher had told me she had bowel movements, but I didn't
Ask how much.
Yeah, I didn't ask how much or how often.
It's hard asking. Teachers do so much, and I understand. Stephanie is a TA now, and she works for special ed with the special ed department. It's kind of weird to ask your teacher to, hey, what kind of poop was it? You want to draw me a picture, take a photo? It's not something that we want to ask her teacher to do, because her teacher is there to teach. She's not there to be on poop patrol.
Yeah.
See, I censored myself. You didn't have to believe it. Could have said shit.
Thanks. So Anthony was just telling me about his, this is the second time he's ridden in an ambulance with Scarlett after a seizure.
Both freaking seizures too.
But
like it.
they got to, and they were surprised.
I was asleep.
They were surprised with how composed we were, and we weren't freaking out, and we had lots of information.
We only had one freak out, and that was who was going to go with her in the ambulance.
Yeah, because I was already getting ready for bed. I had went into...
Alright, so I'm going to say it. Elf on the Shelf probably saved Scarlett tonight.
I was going...
That's the title of this video.
Elf on the Shelf saved Scarlett. Yeah, so I went in. It was about 11 o'clock. The kids had been in bed for... No, it was 11, because it was 11:07 when I started timing. When I walked in and looked at my watch, because I noticed that her eyes were open, but she wasn't responsive. I got woken up by,
hey, Scarlett's having a seizure. I had went to bed early because I was tired. Had a long day. It was a little rough one. Stephanie made me a nice adult beverage when I got home and put me in a good mood to go to sleep. And yeah, it's not happening anymore.
So, Anthony had went to bed. I started getting the kids ready for bed, and today was our last day of school, so I let them stay up a little bit later, and I put them in bed at 10 and let them have some TV time, and was waiting for them to fall asleep so I could go talk to Flower. Flower's our elf on the shelf. Anyways, so it was 11 o'clock when I started getting all my stuff together to go to bed, and it was so weird because I was like, I'll move the elf in the morning. I'll just get up early and move it in the morning. I was like, I'm tired. I want to go to sleep. And I was like, no, because I want to sleep late. Let me just go move the elf. I was like, I'll look around and move it. And I walked in her room, turned the light on because Flower had shown up in Scarlett's room this morning. And I went in, and Scarlett her eyes were wide open, and she still had her glasses on, and I knew that her timer had probably been off for at least 10 minutes. And I looked at her and I said, "Scarlett, you're still awake. What are you doing?" And she didn't respond, and that's when I bolted across the room at her, and I was just like looking at her because I noticed her eyes, and I was like,
What were her eyes doing?
They were darting back and forth, and she wasn't stiff. She wasn't having a lot of body movements, but I could see her tongue was pressed against the top of her mouth, and I was like, yeah, I think she's having a seizure. So I dropped my phone, ran to the bedroom to get the pulse ox because I wanted to start monitoring her because I knew that it had been. I looked at my watch. It was 11:07. I was like, okay, so the medicine, we have to give it to her at least 5. She has to have it for at least 5 minutes. So I waited 2 minutes and it wasn't stopping. So I ran to get our pulse ox, and I woke Anthony up. I said, "Scarlett's having a seizure," and I was like, "Come on." So he jumped out of bed and we ran back to her room. I put the pulse ox on her, and we could see her heart rate was elevated.
She was in the 140s.
Yeah. And
which, if you look right now, she's not even on her leads.
No, they took them off when we went to
Okay.
X-ray.
She's setting her oxygen at 100, and her heart rate was at 100, and she was anywhere between 90 and 100. So we knew she wasn't having a shunt malfunction because she drops into the 70s and below, which we showed you in the last video. When she's having constipation, seizure issues, she's high up in her heart rate, which the pulse ox let us know. So we knew kind of that we weren't dealing with a shunt malfunction, which was always made us calmer. We just wanted to get her out of the seizure, but it just didn't seem like it was ending.
Yeah, it wasn't stopping. So
when I got into the room after she woke me up, the first thing I looked for is her mouth. Her left side twitches, and I saw that, and I immediately went into our little Scarlett song that we have, and she always responds to me, and she put her arms out like she was trying to talk. Her eyes were still not blinking, and they were just darting back and forth, and she looked like she wanted to move her mouth, and then we were telling her just to lay there. It's okay, we understand, we know that she's trying to talk to us, and we're going to get her help. And we told her that we were going to get her doctor, and then she brought her arms back into her like she was okay, like she understood.
Yeah, she was trying to communicate with us, but I mean, if anyone's seen a seizure, they're they don't have control.
You can't do anything.
Yeah. So at that point, I told Anthony, "Stay with her. I'm going to grab her rescue med," and I went and grabbed it, and then.
Which 5'11", your bag came in handy. She just had to rip it and got it.
Yep. My favorite thing now. It was my favorite thing. But anyways, so I had to educate Anthony on the rescue medication because I was educated on it, but he had no idea.
I've never seen it. I didn't know what was going on. I just saw it was this giant syringe. I thought we were going to have to poke her.
Yeah, he thought we were going to give her a shot, and I was like, no, it's a rectal. So
I just undid her diaper, and when I did that, and she didn't make a move to kick me or stop me, I knew she was still in. Her seizures look like she's trapped in her head. Like she can't do anything. She can't move. She can move, but she has no ability to. Her motor function's a little off, and she can't say anything. And it always freaks me out because I know she's in there trying to tell us something, and she just can't. So as soon as when I did it on purpose, I removed just one side of her diaper because that always makes her mad. And it didn't do anything.
It does.
And even in the ambulance, we're jumping ahead a little bit into the ambulance, but when they were like, do you want to put a nasal cannula on? I was like, she hates it. Yes, let's do it. Let's piss her off as much as we can. Let's do everything we can to annoy her. Put all the stickers on her, put them everywhere. And so and they were laughing at me. I was like, no, seriously, let's get her out of this. I don't like her seeing like this. Put the nasal cannula all the way in her nose. Do anything you can to piss her off.
So yeah, Anthony jumped ahead. So I gave her rescue meds, and I couldn't remember how long it takes for the medication to stop the seizure. So I was just like, we have to take her to the ER. So I need to call 911 anyways. So I called, and
the lady annoying the hell out of me. 911 people, I love you. Stop with the questions. Just
they have to give the paramedics all information.
I get that, but it's not helping.
So yeah, there were lots of questions that I had to answer, and the 911 operator was, she was like, you're very calm for a mom whose child is having a seizure. And I was like, well, I mean, I know I have to be, because I know I have to give you information so you can get people here to help her. I was like, so my name's Stephanie Perez, and gave her all the information where we were, because I know you need to know my name.
I was actually really impressed how
my address.
You gave the address. So she said, my name's this. My daughter's having a seizure, and I'm at this address. And I was like, just hang up. She's gonna just be, and I knew it. Just hang up. Yeah, she was trying to comfort me until the ambulance got there, mm-hmm. and let me. She wanted me to keep her informed if there was any change with Scarlett, and I was just like, there's no change. I was like, and she's just like, okay, is your front door open? I'm like, my husband's opening it. And then I was telling him, lock the dogs up, lock the cats up, and of course, I did.
We did, and then our street cat decided she wanted to get out. She made a run for it, so I couldn't get her in before I left. Anthony, the paramedics got there, fire. There were so many people in our house, and the dogs were.
I didn't even realize
freaked.
The firemen were there. Like, I remember almost tackling one, getting out of the room, and he did a quick sidestep as I was going down. He was there, and so I did a little juke move to get under him, but if he hadn't moved, I'd have shoved him into a wall.
On my way.
And by the time I came out with my socks and shoes, they were gone and leaving in the fire truck.
Yeah, they had told him that they were just going to take her, and
which I think is the first time the ambulances beat the fire truck, because our fire station's like a block away.
Yeah.
That ambulance was probably at CVS. You know how they always hang out there?
Yeah. So.
I see you.
So then Anthony left with Scarlett to head to the hospital.
Well, when you say leave, it took a little while.
It did, because I still saw the lights when I was getting dressed.
Well, because they were hooking her up.
I had to change.
They didn't seem in a hurry, but I knew she was in trouble still, because she still wasn't talking or moving, or at this point she was still responsive, but she couldn't open her eyes, which happens normally when she's building up pressure. Her eyes get a little bulgy, and mm-hmm. even with her big old eyes, you can still tell. And this is when I was telling them to piss her off as much as they could. She did not like the ride. I think I get her here quicker and a lot less jolty than the ambulance.
Oh yeah.
She vomited on the way there, and that's when she woke up. That she had been kind of like
dazed.
Catatonic is the word I want to say, because you could see that she's there. She was there, but she wasn't. That's the only way I can describe how her seizures look. She looks like she's catatonic. The lights are on, nobody's home. but she was trying to be home. She was trying to come out of it. And so while we're driving, we get to 20, and she vomits out of her nose and out of her mouth.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
And into her nasal cannula.
Oh.
Finally got the cry that I'd been waiting for. Got the yell. I was like, she's back! And the paramedic's like, and I'm just over here grabbing his, I'm over here. I feel bad because I've made myself at home here too. We're jumping ahead. So I just got his squares, started pulling them, started cleaning her up. And he's like, well, how do you know where everything is? It's like, I just give them here.
Just give him my stuff.
And so
give me this stuff.
I'm cleaning her up and, pulling everything. It's like, you don't have sucks in here, do you? He's like, no. I was like, do you have a bulb? He's like, no. I was like, okay. So she's going to be pissed off the rest of the way. We did our job, but so she had it in her mouth, had it in her nose still. And I was just wiping out what I could. But yeah, I was actually happy she vomited because that was the sign that she woke up, that she was in control of her faculties. She wasn't trying to suck it up. She knew to aspirate, and that made me happy that she was not going to, choke on it or anything. And it was out everywhere, but it was a good thing. It was just funny. Y'all think I'm exaggerating. I really did go. I was like, she's back when she threw up. I kind of celebrated because she did her cry. She kind of made noise, and then she just started kicking everything. She kicked the paramedic because he was trying to get her leads back on. The thing started beeping like they do in ER when someone's dying. The tone. He was like, it's because the nasal cannula's not in there. He tried to put it. He cleaned it. He tried to put it back on her. She smacked. I mean, she was writhing around, but I could see she was fighting because she wanted to come out of whatever she was in. And it was nice to see. I was okay with her beating me, beating him. But when we got here, we were complimented by the paramedics how calm we were, got in here, gave the full synopsis of everything, got told, wow, y'all are really on the ball with y'all's information and everything. It's what we do. We've done it before. And then I'm in the middle of cleaning her up, hooking her up, doing this. And out of the corner of my eye, I can see the paramedics are kind of waiting. So I just reach over, grab his laptop and sign it and hand it back while I'm talking to the lady over here checking her in. And he's like, man, he goes, have you done? I was like, I haven't done it a lot, but I know I've done it enough that I know what you're waiting for. So it's always funny coming here, and I understand what these people go through with parents and kids and how crazy you can get. We've been that crazy people. We've gotten to a shouting match in the NICU, all the way down arguing with someone about checking armbands. We get it. We know it. We're past that point. We just want someone to come look at our daughter as quickly as possible. We had a conversation we probably should have on camera. I was saying that I hate when she has a seizure because I'm always scared of what she's going to lose. And Stephanie was saying at night, seizures are always what scares her. How do we have a camera in her room?
Yeah, they're my biggest fear. I'm always afraid that she's gonna have a seizure and we're gonna miss it, or we're not gonna be there to help her. And we put a camera room, but
tonight we just realized we wouldn't have helped.
Yeah. She only thing that was moving was her eyes and her tongue. She didn't have a whole lot of body movement.
Fully frozen. I mean, if she had the seizure she had while I was driving, when we stopped at that nurse's house.
Yeah, randomly stopped at a nurse's house.
And we got there, that would be caught. Tonight's seizure, the normal one that we see, it wouldn't have caught anything. It would have just looked like she was there with her eyes open, and we would have just said, "Oh, she'll go to sleep soon." We made the decision a long time ago, even when we put that camera in there, we can't live in fear and not sleep. Because there's times, and I just got out of a little funk where for almost 3 weeks, I haven't been able to sleep. I've been going to bed at 3 in the morning and waking up at 6 with y'all. And it's just, it happens. It's just life of a baby with issues. You don't feel comfortable sometimes.
Yeah, a lot of the times.
And then, tonight I wasn't feeling it. It was a bad day and I just wanted to go to sleep, and now I'm up in a hospital. It's just, you can't have a feeling either way. You just gotta be ready for whatever happens when it happens.
Yeah.
We're comfortable with our decision of, if something happens and we missed it at night, we know there's really nothing we could have done because we've got a camera that alerts us when she moves. I mean, we could put, what is that, a SIDS meter under her bed, but she doesn't move when she's having a seizure.
Yeah.
If she has a fully involved seizure, we'll catch it, we'll know. But one like tonight, we wouldn't know. I mean, we still don't even know how long she's been having it tonight.
Yeah,
as she's sleeping and we're waiting, we're both thinking it, but we haven't said it to each other until just a minute ago. We're scared of how much she's going to regress in her writing and her walking, her talking, her signing, because seizures can degrade over time depending how long they were and how many they have. They can degrade function, and that's our biggest fear after one of these is, what are we going to have to relearn? We're coming into the holidays and her therapies are going to slow down, and it just sucks. These are the ER mood swings. We were just joking and having fun. We're editing this and you're seeing it as we're in here. And then the reality of, we're not talking to the camera anymore, but we still kind of are, is we're both worried about what's it going to be like in the morning when she wakes up after the enema is what are we going to have to do next? So yes, we're happy and we can joke about it and everything, but the reality of where we're at sits in and it's always there. So we make these videos to show you, yeah, this can be not a serious thing. You don't have to freak out. You don't have to be dramatic and emotional about it, but it's always there in the back of our heads. What's next? The next day, the next few days, the next few weeks. It's there. We know it. We feel it. It's just we don't always vocalize it anymore. And the fear of her having the night seizure. It's there and we know it, but there's nothing we can do about it except try and be prepared. So that's your ER mood swing for the night.
One thing we had talked about that I think is going to be our next big thing is, we put it on the back burner because Scarlett had been seizure free for over a year. We hadn't talked about it, but getting her a seizure dog. The only thing is they're really expensive.
That's why we haven't ever brought it up or
That's
haven't
why we
fully gone in on it.
We put it on the back burner because, it's the training for one of the dogs is really...
It's the cost of a small house in Texas.
Yeah. So...
Which we'd like to have a small house in Texas.
Yeah. So... It may be something that we talk about again, that we start looking into again, or maybe put it back on the back burner again, because
at this point I might look into an X-ray machine.
we are trying to get a house.
It's radioactive. I'd probably get in trouble for that.
We're trying to get a bigger house so that the kids have. Can't have serious conversations.
I told you this is ER mood swings.
Now
I'm thinking about trying to find where I can get an X-ray machine. I'm gonna look on the auctions next.
Oh no. So yeah, like I was saying, we're trying to find a house so that way the kids have more room to run around.
We're trying to find a house so we stop paying rent and we're actually gaining property.
Well, yeah, that too. But like, I mean, if we do get a seizure animal for Scarlet,
do they make seizure ponies?
They have therapy ponies. I don't know.
Like, how cool would it be to that pony like laid in her bed with her?
No. Oh no.
They make poop bags for horses.
We gotta pause this. So, anyways, that's that 2 a.m. conversations. So we got the X-ray. We talked to the doctor. She's constipated.
Big time.
The doctor ordered an enema, and so that's what we are waiting for. They're gonna give her an enema and then send us home. And they talked about giving her Miralax to make sure that she doesn't get constipated. Which we do, but
when she's pooping twice a day for like 3 days in a row, we back it down.
Yeah.
So it's a balance thing, and we're on the bad side of the balance.
Yeah.
It's nothing you can do. I mean, it's just how it is. The good thing is we know, and the doctor even told us that we did such a good job with explaining her condition and for what is for what, that they looked directly at the poop. The neurologist said nothing's wrong with her shunt. It looks exactly like it did when we had the series in October, and they weren't scrambling to figure out why she had a seizure because we kind of knew already.
Yeah.
So we've gotten kudos all night. I like that. I'll wake up at freaking 1 a.m. for, hey, good jobs all the way around.
Hey, good job. But yeah, so that's our start. That is the start to our Christmas vacation.
It's literally going to be a shitty morning.
Oh, I'm so glad that we don't have to, or that I don't have to work tomorrow.
Must be nice.
We're gonna wait for this
poop extravaganza.
Yeah. We'll chat with y'all again soon. We'll keep you updated.
Hey, we might put you in it. 3D vision, baby.
We're not gonna know.
Come on, if we gotta watch it, they gotta watch it.
Nah. We'll talk to y'all later. Scarlet. Say hi. So, it's 9 o'clock Friday morning. So I got home about 4 a.m. and went to sleep about 4:30. Excuse the makeup, because I just laid down. I was not doing the nightly routine. Anyways, so I've had probably about 4 hours of sleep. Anthony less. He had to go to work. He had to leave by 8. But somebody's awake and eating and happy because she's watching TV on Mommy and Daddy's TV and snuggling in our bed. Yeah, he likes to snuggle in Mommy's bed. Yeah. Let me have some pancake. Let me have some pancake. She's better. We haven't noticed, or I haven't noticed any lasting effects from the seizure. So we'll just see as the day progresses. Just wanted to end this one with a update 4 hours later. Say bye, Scarlett. Say bye. Bye. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. See you next time.